whatever we got it from the when we create the project default template. So I'm just cleaning the state because we don't want, and we will create from the scratch one by one. Okay, and this project in React plus TypeScript only. So first we will create a few folders. One is the models, and here we'll create one model for the questions. Okay, and here we will maintain this our type. What kind of the questions we will maintain it? What kind of the type of the questions we have? So we will create an interface. Question is the our type name, interface name, and ID will be, we'll take the ID one, number, the data. Okay, I'll take it from here. This is not, we don't want this data, we don't want, and I created last time, this was the data. So I'll just copy and paste it over. So this was the data. So we have ID, and this is the one of the text of the string text, and that is questions. These will be the 4 options of this question, and this is the correct answer. Correct answer of 2 means 0, 1 and 2. These are the correct answer. We need to make the state of it, or you can say the type of it. So type, we will make it over here. So how to make a type? So very simple, guys. We'll just copy any TypeScript, we will make it in very easy funda. Just you need to copy the object, because every object has the, you can say, all the 4 properties, right? So we'll copy one of them, and we'll just go there. We'll create a constant x, and just paste it, and paste it, and we can see these are the type. ID, text, option is a string of array, and correct is the number. We'll just paste it over here. So this is our type. Now we should be export it also, because we need to be import somewhere. So here we'll import it, and this is our model data. Okay, so on this data we need to run a loop, and one by one question we need to show it, right? So this application we need to make. And one more thing, I think, yeah, that's good only, that's fine. The first thing is we will create some state means that value we wanted to be hold it, and over the time during the program, if you wanted to be just update the state also, means we wanted to keep changing the state also, and whenever the change that state variable, we wanted to show it over here. So this is the our JSX area. Okay, the JSX, or you can say whatever the area that we will display on a browser, right? So that was only will display, and here is the logic area. So these are the logic we need to write down, either TypeScript or JavaScript, whatever we can choose it. So here we'll create some state. First state is we are creating the current question index, because we are running one by one questions. Okay, and applications, how is it look and feel of application also I'll show you. I think not here only, here. Okay, I'll show you in previous application how will, okay, to run to run a Vite project, we will run the npm run dev, and that command you can check into package rotation. Here is this command. Okay, npm run dev, it indirectly or directly it will hit the Vite only. Okay, Vite is the new way to create a JavaScript project. We can say Vue.js, that is created by the who is the creator of the Vue.js. The guys created it. That is little optimized, and you can say this is alternate of the Webpack also. Earlier we are using lot of Webpack in React, Angular, and everywhere, but in Vite actually they have the optimize, and they whatever the new way to create a JavaScript project. I think we need to mute, right? Okay, so okay, so anybody have any questions? Is it? No? Okay, so we through the Vite actually we can create a project also, or we can actually build it also. This is a new way to do. Even we have in Angular 18 also. Through the Vite actually we can create. By default we have it. Earlier we have through the Webpack only. So this is the, we ran it, and when we ran, then we can see on the browser. So this we'll see. So one question will become only one. and we will get a timer. We need to choose the one of the answer. If I choose the right one or wrong one, we will get it over here, right or wrong. Here we need to get it next questions. Till the time if we didn't choose any answer we want, we get the button over here. Once we choose the right answer, then we'll see, or either wrong, we will see, and the timer also will stop immediately. If you want to be give any answer and the timer will be expired, then automatically whatever the right answer, it will check, and it will come as a green color also. And here we'll see the button also for next question. So we'll see this one is correct. Now we cannot be give the answer. Now we go for next. These actually constraint we need to put it so that we can do some logical thing. Suppose I took the last one and one more also, and this is the final score. Again, if you wanted to play, we can play it also. How is this design actually? How we can make it this design, CSS and everything? So as I told you, this project we created into Vite, okay? And one of the very famous framework we have for the CSS purpose, that is called Tailwind. Okay, so the Tailwind we can create a utility kind of CSS. So we'll go on the Tailwind, we'll click on the get started. You can see through the Tailwind what kind of CSS we can create. We can just write down directly. We don't need to create any CSS, directly use the class only. Whatever the class, the Tailwind already created so many class for everything. We can just type it and automatically this will be reflected actually wherever we have. And you can see it text center, whatever the change will become, it will come. And if you wanted to know something, suppose I wanted to know border, okay, border width. Here we'll get it a lot of border width. Which one you wanted to apply? This is the class you can apply. So this is the utility kind of stuff. Everything they made it for us. Everything. Even we can customize also according to our own way. If you wanted to customize it also. So right now, if you wanted to be used Tailwind is the, you can say the very latest things that we can use it into React. And earlier we are using Sass also. We can use the Sass also, but Sass is manually we need to create it our own. Tailwind means we got a framework. There we can get it actually almost everything. We can use it. And on the top of that, similar to Tailwind, we have the Bootstrap also. Bootstrap was very famous from last 7-8 years. A lot of people use the Bootstrap, and we get it also. Bootstrap also has similar kind of stuff right now, but that was actually not everything. We cannot write down through the class only, but Tailwind is providing from the scratch. You can do the class. So right now, because we created a project through the Vite, so over here we can choose it how you created a project. Okay, any project, like these are the way to create a project: Laravel, Next.js, and some other thing also. So I created through the Vite, and now I need to install, suppose, Tailwind. Okay, to install a Tailwind, and even over here we can see if you wanted to create a project from through the scratch also, you can choose. This is the way. npm create Vite, that is already we created it. Now with second step, we need to install Tailwind. We'll just copy this one, and we need to create it into our project is 9. This is the in our project. We will hit this command. We'll go there. In third step, we need to pick the tailwind.config.js, and once this successful done, we got a Tailwind config. Here we'll copy paste. So whatever the step Tailwind is actually telling us, or it's suggesting us, we need to follow that one. So here we need to go index.css, copy, paste it over here. Index.css. So that's it actually. So now in our application we have Tailwind. Next thing is we need to create this, complete the state, and we have use state, and this is the 0. So this state will be called, this state means this variables current question index. This will hold first initial values the 0, initial values, the first index will be get it 0. If you wanted to change any value other than 0, then we will take the help of this one. Okay, so it will give the two things. One is to get, another is to set one. So use state is to maintain the state. Any state we wanted to maintain, then we'll use this one, you can use it. Another thing is constant. We need to maintain the score also, because in the last we need to show the score. 4, and definitely score also should be 0. Okay, another one is time. We have one time also, and by default time we have 15 seconds, so we can show over here time also. Okay, so these are the state. Few more also we have. Okay, let me complete all the state first. This is the selected answer. So out of, suppose we have the 4 options, so which one is the selected answer that we will need to maintain in this state? So by default we have null. If you need to give the null or any type also, suppose if I give the number, so might be chances we get an error somewhere, because this is number, so we should give the number only. And how we can set actually any answer by default exactly? We cannot set it. So we need to be set by default, it should be null. Once the user will be select any answer, then only it should become. So we can write down the null also over here. So this bracket is totally belongs to TypeScript only. Okay, totally belongs to the TypeScript only. There is nothing exactly related to JavaScript or anything, only totally the TypeScript only we have. Okay, so this is the TypeScript bracket. Here if we have the more type, okay, in future could be possible we have the more type, then we can give it the more type also. For example, here we have the more type, the game state. So game state means right now the user is playing, either he's reviewing or either he's finished it. We have 3 state, and these 3 state we can either write down over here, or we can make a one external type also. So I can just simply say game state equal to this way. So type is also to create a type into TypeScript. Okay, so I am creating over here custom type. This is not a number, this is not a string. I want to do only game state should have these 3 state, not other than that actually cannot be hold it. So I can use it over here, this. Right, so this is the way we can write down also. Okay, so this is the way we can write down, this is the way we can make it also. Guys, if you guys have any question now, you can type in the chat also. If you cannot ask it over here, so type it, or otherwise you can mute and ask it also over there. The YouTube, you can mute it and you can ask it, through the Zoom also. Okay, so till here, anybody have any questions? Okay, he does not have, that's also fine. So next thing is we need to just display the thing. That's fine. Next thing is we need to display the things. So now we will actually go there and we'll write down class. Hi Pranay. Main at string. Okay, so this is all the classes, and these things are coming from the Tailwind on. So all the things actually you will get it in the document. You can see on the browser also. And let me run it also, this project, and run down. And last one we can stop. You already saw this one. Go there and hi Pranay. Pranay, you can watch on the live. Okay. And you can hear it over here also, or either you can directly watch it and hear it on YouTube only, and you can ask the question here also. Okay, so this project is live. 1 second, run it over here. This is our display will become over here. So now we need to write down some CSS part so that it will look and feel will become. So minimum height means whatever the height we have, that will take 100%. Okay, h means the height and min means the minimum height of the screen. Screen means complete screen it will take. BG gradient, these are we need to give the color. Okay, BG means background, gradient means gradient color we wanted to give, and this is we wanted to give bottom to right side actually. Whatever we wanted to be give, that we need to be defined it over here. Okay, how I'm getting actually all these things. If you wanted to be just go on this one and just check it out, click and just search it background, and these are the background. Okay, here you can learn it. In CSS we need to write down background image, linear gradient this way, but in the class by default Tailwind is actually giving to us these are the classes, so we can directly use these are the classes. Okay, and If you will make this one, I'll show you actually after just changing this few CSS. You can see after this, just putting this CSS change, purple and the indigo color item should be center and centers this one. So you can see how the change will become. This is the change will be. Okay. So this change will become. So one by one we will write down and these changes will be start coming. So this is we want. Next thing is when we don't want this one. And even I don't want any CSS also. So here is we already made. But 1 second, yeah, this CSS also we don't want. So once we remove the CSS, now we can see this is fully covered, right? Inside in it, we need to make a white color container. So to make the container, we will make a one more div and we'll write down class name. Here background is white and rounded corner. I'm just making the rounded. Else is rounded. Shadow means extra large one. The shadow I want. Shadow means actually width, actually how much width you wanted to be give it. Padding is the 6 pixel from all the side. Width is full width we want, and maximum width also I'm just giving. Okay, that should not be crossed to the some particular big one. This is the MD. After this one, I will get it only this thing. Okay, so this is the actually width. So here we need to put it our content. Okay, and this is fine. All are the good actually. Sorry, I don't need to give the comma. Then I think we should get the horizontal. This is a character. So inside in it we will create it. First thing is we will make some heading part. Okay, one more thing in the React, if I need to make a fragment means I don't want to create a div. I don't have any HTML, and then still I wanted to put inside in it something, then I can use this one. Okay, so if suppose I will just cut down this div and put it outside, then we will get an error because React is saying that one root element should be there on the top. Everything should be inside in it exactly one of the root. You cannot put it exactly two element on the root. So this is the div, another is div. We cannot put it. If we wanted to put it this thing, so we can put it into fragment. That is also possible. Or not like a fragment, we can make a div also. But sometime a div is actually will make unnecessary actually changes is coming on the UI. Means if a div have some style or something that might be possible, that thing will be visible on the UI also. To avoid this one, we have the fragments. So this is the fragment we can use. So lot of places you will cite exactly I'm using the fragment. Wherever we required it, that fragment will be helpless. So this div will pass inside of it. So here we will actually write down our logic. Okay, first thing is inside in it we will make our content in this div. Okay, on the top of that we will need to write down some condition. Okay, I'll write condition also. The condition over here, this is a bracket. Here we'll write down if the game state is not in finished, then only we'll do something. If game is already finished, then we don't need to do anything. So inside in it we will write down our logic. Okay, and if game is finished, then what we wanted to write down, that also we can write down here inside it. Just create it. Okay, so this is the just actually we just actually write down some conditions what we wanted to do. And sorry, I think so should be down. So this is the if we are still in the game, then what we wanted to do. So first we need to show the heading. So we will write down one h2 tag and there will show the heading. Heading is we wanted to show what is the questions number, on which questions we are right now. So will that one will show. So I'm just showing as a simple text and closing this h2 tag. Once we save, then we should see question only. Beside of the question, we wanted to show on which index, the current index right now we are. So we'll show over here, this is the current index. Current index already we are maintaining in a state. So by default, which we are 0 state, right? And if we need to be know all the questions, these are the questions we have. These questions I can directly read it over here. So I'll show it, questions, dot length, and I'll make a slash. Right, so now on the browser we will see 0 plus 1 means 1, and how many questions we have? Total 5. So 1 by 5. This is the question number. So this will be the heading will become. Okay, now below this one or beside of this one, suppose I wanted to show some timer. Okay, and timer also should keep running it. And how we will show this timer? So to show the timer, we can use there is so many library. We can use the font, any library like Font or some custom also. This is also good library. So I'm installing it, and npm install Lucid React. Okay, there also we will get some font. Let me run it again. Project. Is it running somewhere else? Let me close all these things. Also here will our project is, I think, still running. Now we will get the icon. Okay, from this library we can directly get the icon as a component. This is for React only, so all the icon will get as a component. Component means directly we can use as a HTML in our control. Okay, in our Excel here we can use as a HTML part. So first we need to show some timer. To show the timer, I'm just taking a one div also. So this is, and guys, while you do the developing, either you can do the auto save or either you can do the auto formatting. Okay, or if it does not have auto formatting or something, we can just actually control key plus or right click and just make the format and format selection also we can do. Hi Rajkumar. Rajkumar rejoin, I think. I'm not sure. Might be Rajkumar rejoin. Okay, that's fine. So this is the way we can make it. Okay, next thing is okay, this here I need to create a div beside of the below of the h2 tag. Here we'll create, this is the here. Inside in it I need to create a clock. You can see it's suggesting also clock means directly as a component, and this component is actually get it from that particular library. Okay, and suppose this width and this margin is also fine. This is the height and width, guys, and this is the right side margin. If we have some right side margin, we'll give it. This is the time span, how much time span left we have. So by default we have 15, so it will show the 15 s means 15 seconds. Once we save on the browser, we can see this is the things will become on the right side, right? And how we get it actually, this left and this right, why we have the space between them? Why not actually both the things are get together? What is the property we are using it? Flex. Okay, these are the flex property. The flex justify between actually we are using, and that's why we can see like it, right? So that is the reason actually we can see like it. The next thing is our time is coming, and now actually data. Now we need to be show our data. Okay, data means exactly that questions actually. Now below this one we'll show the question one by one. First thing is we'll show the questions text. To get it question text, so we have total 5 questions, and on this basis of this index we can get the questions. Now actually we'll use the another hook. Actually to get a question in efficient way, we'll use the use memo hook. Okay, you can see this is also fine. I think it's suggesting right only. We'll evaluate. Use memo is the hooks, we'll use it. Questions means these are the questions. From this question we'll use this is current question index. This is the current question index, and this is called dependencies. Okay, how to use the use memo, I'll show you. I'll write down memo, use memo, and this is the, it will take the callback functions, use memo. Inside in it we'll write down the what we wanted to write. This is the dependency area. So we'll say if the current question index is changed, then this will inside in it logic also recalculate. It should recalculate. Okay, and inside in it I can just write down return, and this is the current question. So whatever the questions out of that index, on the basis of this index, we'll get the current question over here. Okay, and this current questions I can use it over here the below to display purpose, because this is a question that the user will see, and this is from this question we will get the all the option also. So over here we will make a one paragraph tag, will display the current question dot text, and current question text means this is the property, we'll get it, this is the, and now we should see the question also on browser. This is our question, right? Now we'll show the below the 4 options below object. So this is our question is coming also. So below this one, to show the options, we'll make a one more div tag, and inside it will show the all options. To run the options, very simple guys, we need to be run the loop definitely. Okay, and this current questions have option also. These are the options. On this I need to run a loop, so I can just simply say, and anything, any JavaScript I need to write down, I need to be write down into this curly bracket. So I will just simply say write down current question, that is correct, options. Inside it options we need to map, and here we'll write down the logic. Okay, logic I can just simply write down options, and if I need to be take the index also, then I'll take one more bracket and index, and here we need to write down the logic, and I need to write down definitely return also. So whatever we wanted to be just display, that return will be goes to there. The question, if we have lot of DOM means HTML part, so we can either we can write down over here if we have smaller one, or if we have separately wanted to be write down, then this function I will cut, and I will just make it a render options, and I can make a separate function over here, constant render option. Okay, so here also I can make it. So definitely the option will become of the string of array, index will become as a number only, right? And this will be the HTML part what we wanted to render. So in this HTML part we will make a button, because on that button user need to click, and if you user click, then actually on the basis of that answer should be chosen. Okay, and on the basis of that we will update some, these are the few state. So first thing, whenever we run the loop, remember one thing, because as I told you earlier, also explain you also in one of the video also last time, we are actually running behind the scene, React is running defining algorithm. Through that they are actually finding out different reconciliations process, okay, which object is changed, so that on the basis of that they will update into virtual DOM, or through the virtual DOM, from the virtual DOM they will update into real DOM. So to optimize purpose we'll use the key. Key is the special props. Here we can use the index, but I will recommend index, we should not use it so much. We should use the either option or either index, or I can use the option also, fine. So index, if you does not have anything, then only use the index, otherwise you can use something else. Okay, next thing is inside it we need to write down some logic. This is the button. On this one we need to be write down some class also, so that it will look and feel will become fine, and in this bracket will show the options. These are the options, we will display it actually. Okay. And why we are getting the error string is, okay, this option one by one options, right, single string, okay, this is right, single string will get it, this is one by one string will get it, and we'll see all the options over here, use state, use effect, use memo, use reference, these are the options. And definitely all our options are coming just actually get together, we need to be just make it to in you can see in stack format. To make the stack format I need to write down some CSS also, and to write down the CSS is simple guys, so just we'll use the tailwind only. So this is the class name, and if we have dynamic CSS we'll use the backtick, means template literal, and here we'll write down some template literal variable if we have. So I have few things that I need to take a decision on the basis of that. The good thing is about it, if you write down a function separately, I can write down some logic at also over here on the top of that. So here we'll create some variable. First variable will create whatever the selected index we will get. Is it the same index of the selected answer? Because every question we have one answer it also, and right now we does not have anything. Okay, but if we have something, is it the same answer? If it is the same, so that means it is the is selected. This one is actually coming as a selected answer. Okay, so this is the selected answer. Right now this is the index, so this is the each selected will become true and false. Next thing is similar to this one, every question we have one current questions. This is the current questions as we already put it into use memo. So one question will become, and every question we have correct answer also. So that correct answer we are matching with the index. Is this index is matching? Every option wise it will check one by one options, we will get the index. If it is correct, then also we can take some decision. Okay, and decision is nothing guys. This is suppose I am just taking one background color so of the button, because we want the button should be on the basis of either it should become as a green color or either it should become as a red color. If it is right, it should be green, otherwise it should be red, or by default all the options should become as a white color. So we will take as a background color, BG color. Below this one we will use the if game state is reviewing, means game state we already have some state of the game. Right now user is playing, reviewing or finished. Okay, if game state is actually we have the reviewing, means already user took some answer, he chosen it. At the time we will actually change this color on the basis of that. If this is correct, then green is selected, then it is definitely is not correct, but it is selected, then red, otherwise by default we will make the white. So this BG color we will use it over here. All right, after that whatever the CSS class we have, all the CSS utility class we will write down inside it. I have these are the class. Border I want, border clay, gray color I want, rounded also we want, some padding, some margin of the below, full screen we want, full width we want, text should be left. These are the some classes we want. Okay, and the top of this I have few dynamic class also. Few dynamic class means if the user is actually done, means if he is still in the playing, means still he has the questions and still under the play, and I wanted to be just when he is playing, then I want when he'll hover on this button, he should be see the cursor, proper cursor, means cursor is like away, and this is the pointer cursor. If the game is finished, then he cannot see any cursor, it should be default, it should become. So that decision we can take it over here. If the game state is the playing, then cursor is the pointer, otherwise cursor should be default. So that is actually we can decide over here. Okay? And after this one, once this button will be made this much only, then we can see these are the things will become. Okay, a few more things we need to be write down, because we want this option also should be beside of that we wanted to be write down some just tick mark or either a cross mark. So that tick mark and cross mark we can write down here. If the game state equal to reviewing, because if already he took the decision, or if already or either the time is actually expired, then game is under in reviewing. Okay, then we can check is selected or correct. Okay, I think we should check only correct. If it is correct answer, then we'll write on the this green check. Okay, this is the fine. And if it is in reviewing and the user actually choose the wrong answer, then we can just simply say selected but is incorrect, then we can simply say red color. Okay, so these are the things we will write down. These are the two things we need to write down. So by default you can see this cursor is coming, we can choose the answer, but we didn't made the any click event. Click event in the React we can write down on. Okay, and here we'll write down if I need to pass some any parameter, then I need to write down this one. Otherwise directly we can pass some function also, any function also. So I'll write down handle answer. I will make a separate functions. Here I will write down the button logic. Handle answer means separate functions. Handle answer. Here we'll write down the answer of it. Here we'll get the one by one index. Okay, whichever the we are clicking, that index we will get it, and we need to write down the logic. So write down option index is the number, we will get it, and here we'll write down the few conditions. Suppose if user is not playing, then we should be get it blank. But if he, somehow he took some decision, then also we won't be consider it. It should be written from here. Return means it won't be go, if we write down the below logic, it won't be run it also. Okay, after this one, if the user is actually, if not he is not in playing and in the not in the playing state, then actually we can say, suppose a user in the playing state, then if we click it, then whatever the answer is selected, that should be selected answer, and game should be, once you took the decision, game should be come into reviewing. Status should be changed also. Game state should be changed also. After that, definitely we need to be keep updating the score also. Updating the score, we can just simply write down option index equal to, is the user chosen the same answer, correct one? If it is same, then we will just simply say set score. And guys, always whenever you update any integer value in a state, always update through these callback functions through previous state plus 1. Why? Because a React state is always maintaining in a batch. Okay, if we are updating actually 3 times over here, like set score 1, set score 1 and set score 1. Okay, or either I will just simply say plus 1 plus 1. The final thing we will get it exactly 1 only, because after the batch it will update and it will check, okay, then it will React will understand only one time you are updating, because in batch it will check. So we should always, to prevent this one, we should always use in this way. And this is also one of the interview questions, React interview question. So whenever you update an integer value, we should update over here. Okay, and these functions handle answer we are using into button click. And as I told you earlier also, if we have anything that we wanted to use in HTML, then we should wrap it to optimize purpose. We should wrap this function into callback. Use callback will be maintain the integrity of this function. Whenever this component will be re-render, this function won't be recreated. Okay, so that benefit you will get. So we'll just actually paste it inside it, whatever the function we have, and this is the, we'll just write. Okay, and use callback, we should be imported also. Okay, that I think we have. And one more thing, we should be write down the dependency also. So now what dependency we should write down for this one? First dependency, current question. So whenever the current question will update, so this function should be again cache into in this variable. And another one is to game state also, because whenever the game state also changes, then also if we want to be write down dependency, that whatever the older one, it will keep it up, that this function will be behave totally different. So we should always update the whatever the dependency always. Otherwise, sometime in the browser we see the warning also. So we should always update the, if we have some dependency, we should always write down the dependency also. So we made this much. So now we can take some decision. Whatever the right or wrong, you can say on the basis of that we will get this one. Now we need one button below this, and timer also should be keep running. Okay, so next part is we'll make the button, next button. So we'll go there below. This is the we are writing down options below this one. We'll write down button will show only if, we'll write down the conditions, the game state in the reviewing means already user is actually played his game, then only will show it. By default, once he inside in a game, he was just reading the questions, then we won't show this one. Only once he finished, then only will show it. After that, we'll write down some logic. We need to show the button. Okay, so button is simple, I'll explain it. This is the event, this is the class we wanted to show it, and this is the next button. This function we need to write down, and we'll write down over here. So whenever we will update or whenever we will click the next function, what is the main what is the main thing we wanted to update? The current question index. So next question should become. So we will go here. First we will check. First we should check it also. Okay, is there any question is left or not? If we click on the next question, if the no question is left, then what we'll do? So we'll write down current question index. Is it less than 2? All the questions length. If it is less than, when it's not in the last, then we need to write down some logic. And it's suggesting something. Let's understand. This is the meaning. This is correct. Current questions index, we will just increment whatever the previous index, that is correct. Selected answer, also whatever the previously selected answer of the previous question, we should be clear it. Game should be again back to the playing state. Time is also, we should be reset it, that is also correct. All these things is correct. So anything else is left? Force state update, I think this is fine. And if we are in the last and last question came, okay, then we can just simply say game is in finish. And this is also what button handler, right? Button event handler. So we should wrap into a use callback. Okay, and this is use callback, and here also we should have dependency. In the dependency, we should write down one dependency. This is this one, current index. So whenever current index will be changed, then will, because this is the constant, this will always remain there. The question will be remain there. We don't need to change the questions. We don't need to put in dependency. This thing will changing, keep changing. These are the set only. These are the function of set. So there's no need to be write down dependency. Dependency only we need to be just change this one, because on the basis of this, this state will be updated, and we need to be this if condition also we need to check. So this is our next questions. One by one we will click and we will need to show it one by one. Okay, so this is done. And similar to this one, suppose you can see in the last also, once all the question is done, okay, the next question is done, this area we made in the last will show a one button to the user, play again. Okay, if he wanted to play it, he can have play it again also. And we already had some, this is also award. Award is one of the icon that we can show to the user in the last also. So we will make all this thing. First we will make the award. This is actually coming in some icon only will come and look like it's award only, the like it's a trophy kind of stuff. And we'll show him one message. This quiz is completed. Okay, through some Tailwind's class name only, through the some Tailwind like CSS class that we can just some decorate only. Whatever the score, that is also main thing. Out of total, whatever the score he get it, that we need to show over here. And this is the how much question he had. And finally we need to show a button also. When we click on the button, we should be reset all the state because user wanted to restart the game. So these are the state will become. So this is the restart game. So now we need to write down the restart also. Constant restart. So on clicking on restart, we need to reset all the state and reset to initial value like 0, 0, 15, everything. Because user will be start from again from scratch. So we will go there, and definitely we should put into the callback also. So we'll hit callback. This is 0, this is 0, 15 second, and set selected also answer. We should not have any answer also, and game state again in the playing state. Again user will start with the 0 again, right? So we'll go there on the browser, we'll see this is coming. I can choose the one of the answer, use memo. Next I will get it, and on the next I should not get actually this one, use completed not, but play again is coming. I should get the next only. Okay, this is working wrong. We'll check this one, go next one. Why it's coming finish? Current question index, we should match it. Okay, current question index, that is correct. Use callback, that is correct. Length is also correct. Set questions, this is also correct. Nulls, playing, okay, that's fine. 15 is also correct. And okay, sorry, I should write down this part in else statement, because otherwise both the block was called.
We need to put else.
Yes, right.
We need to put else.
Right. This is also correct. Plus, it's fine. Use memo next, and it is coming fine, right? I can make some wrong also. I can write down something and I write. That's correct, right? So now we need to be after this timer. This timer also should be run and keep changing. And once the timer is done, then we should actually show this button also, and one of them selected also. And this is tricky one because timer definitely we need to run every second, right? And one minus also we should be until the time once it will become the 0 or the 1, we should be show the answer it also, that we need to stop it also. So now we have one state, we already take it. This is time left, and time left we updated only 15:15 whenever we wanted to just reset the timer. Now we need to update the one more time left state. On the basis of that, we will just show the timer. And to show the timer, we need to be introduce the one more hook that is called use effect. Use effect, we need to define the timer on the page load only, because once the page will be loaded, then timer should be start working on. Okay. And inside it also we can write down if user is not playing, then we should not do anything. Only in case of the playing he need to be do it also. Okay. Here also we have some dependency game state. Definitely we are checking this game state will be changed, then only it should update. And another thing I should use current question index. Whenever the question index will be changed, then also we should be again this will be called, again the timer will be resetted. Okay, then this is the way we need to work. We'll write down timer set interval. Set interval means every interval, how much interval it will trigger it. So we'll go there and 1000. After 1 second, inside it we need to write down logic. Okay, so what we need to write down, we'll write down set time left. This is the time left we need to change. And as I told you, if we have integer, we should use always check the previous value. So suppose this is the variable name, anything we can write down. This is the previous time, and here suppose I need to write, for example, and always logic I need to write down. Definitely if I'm using this bracket, guys, this is curly bracket, I need to return also. I'll use return whatever the previous time minus 1. What happened? Keep running, right? And we'll also return here also. This is the when my component will be destroyed or unmount, then what we wanted to do, I just wanted to be clear the interval. Okay, so this is the return. Whenever this function of the return, this is called unmounted, or you can say when we destroy it, unmount. Okay, this section is mount on this dependency. Whenever this dependency will be changed, this will be changed. You can see, we'll go on the browser, and this is keep running, and it will go into minus also, because we didn't check any conditions. Minus, right? So we should be restrict over here. So to restrict it, what we will write down, if conditions, if previous time we have less than or equal to 1, then we'll say clear timer, clear interval. Don't want it to be just go further. And user came into reviewing state, and it should be goes to 0 also. And immediately once it will come into reviewing state, okay, then you can see this button, next button will be appeared, right? So now we'll see, we'll check, we'll refresh one more time, timer, let it become as a 0. Three, 2, and on 1 only, we got answer also. So that's it. So now we cannot be choose it any answer. I cannot be make the correct it. That I restrict it. And where I restrict it? I restrict it on the button click. Okay, and we restrict it into through the CSS class also. Here I restrict. This is the way. Okay, so this is the way we can make it. If current is there, then cursor pointer I will see. One thing is cursor pointer. Cursor pointer is just restricting to show the pointer only, but actual logic I just made it in handler over here. If it's not in playing, then it should be, we cannot be selected. So similar to that, we can choose it any answer, any wrong or right. Okay, it is coming right only. Okay, that's great. So we made it this much of the score. That's it. So this is the way we can make it the application. And here in this application, what we learned these are the hooks. As I told you, use callback, use effect, use memo, and use state. These are the 4 hooks is the main part. And these are the hooks we discussed it also earlier. Okay, in next exercise, similar to this project, guys, similar kind of this project, we will make a project with the help of all this hooks. Means I will include the use context also. There we will make actually complex project, not this one. You can say the complex than this one. and we'll make like an e-commerce website. There we have some product. User will click on the product and he will cart should be update, and cart will be update because due to the context means we will maintain on the parent level all the props and will pass to the child, and child means through the product list also and through the cart also. And when we click on the cart, we can see all the product also, right? So this project we will make it to the context only. Okay, so that's it, guys. So hope you learned it about it. If you have any doubt, you can write down the comment or just message me. Okay, and I'll actually show it also. I'll update